Hello everyone. Welcome back to Offbeat Gyan. Today's video is a summary of the essay On the Love of Life. On the Love of Life is an essay written by William Hazlitt. Who is William Hazlitt? Let's see who is William Hazlitt. William Hazlitt is a 18th century essayist, philosopher, literary critic, social commentator, considered to be one of the greatest essayists of English literature. This is a very famous line from the essay. The love of life is, in general, the effect not of our enjoyments but of our passions. Hazlitt writes about the love of life and the continuous search for happiness in life. Aren't we all searching for happiness in life? He says that human beings' love for life motivates them to look for experiences that will provide them with joy and hope. So it's not only about enjoying life, but it is also about the inner energy, the strength, the passion that helps us to face problems and difficulties in life. Even people who have very difficult lives, people who face a lot of problems, people who face poverty and endure great pain or are suffering from diseases or some kind of sickness or illness, they do not wish to die. They hold on to life. They don't want to die probably because they have the strong hope that the next day things will be better. Life might change for the better. Then there are those who have not done anything at all useful in their lives thus far. So, towards the later part of their life, they may want to do something useful. They may have this desire that I want to make some changes, I want to lead a better life. So, they also love life and they also do not wish to die. The closeness of death makes them realize that their life has been in vain. And so they want to make a change. They want to do things which will help them change the way they look at themselves, which will help them forget the regret that has become a part of their life. All this happens when they are near death. So Hazlitt is talking about different kinds of people and how they approach death and happiness in life. Hazlitt believes that we are unwilling to die because our life depends on our strong emotions, passions, and hopes for the future. When we are about to die, we realize that life, no matter how dull it is much better than the darkness of the grave. So, when we are put inside a coffin and buried in a grave, we are in a very dark space. So, when you think about it itself, you tend to feel claustrophobic. You tend to think, oh my God, what am I going to do inside that coffin, inside a grave? And it's going to be so dark and it's going to be so somber. So people prefer that being above the surface of the earth, being able to live, no matter how bad it is much better than the darkness of the grave. Now, those people who have got everything that they wanted from life and do not have any desires or any more wishes, they are okay with death. They're probably welcoming death. They're saying, okay, I've done everything that I needed to do with my life, and now I'm ready to go. Death is very disturbing and it is extremely uncertain. It is an unknown factor. So, people are afraid when they think about what will happen after death. So, even if their daily life is very dull, very sad, monotonous, filled with trouble, they sometimes think that this is something I know. Living is something I know. This is the life that I know. And I don't know anything about death. I don't know what is going to happen to me after death. That is unfamiliar territory. So, this feeling that death is unfamiliar, death is the great unknown, that encourages them to continue living. Most people may not find much happiness in life. They may not be satisfied. And Hazlitt here quotes the lines of Milton. And that must end, must be our cure to explain that death is an unknown area. So when we think of death, we drive ourselves to continue living. Hazlitt then writes about evil and cruel leaders and tyrants who never commit suicide, who never try to kill themselves. They are always driven by the power to create more problems for others. They are driven by this urge to create more problems for others. They want more of everything from life and they are never satisfied. They believe that they deserve more happiness than everybody else. So they have a very strong desire and energy to live. Hazlitt concludes this essay by saying that those who are very passionate and dedicated to their goals in life, they will have this passion to live. But when we achieve our goal, then this goal that we have achieved, this purpose that we have achieved, it may not match the image of the dream that we carried in our mind. So we keep on living because death is unfamiliar and unknown. Throughout life, we work to satisfy our aims. But when we fulfill those wishes, then we feel empty, we feel deprived, we feel unsatisfied. For example, we undertake a very long journey. And during the journey, we are very happy, very excited. But when we come to the end of the journey, we feel deflated. We lose all our energy. So our lives may be good or bad, but we know this life. This is the only life we know. And so we hold on to it. Despite problems, we have the strong urge, strong instinct to survive, and that is what makes us continue living. So, with this, I conclude my summary on Hazlitt's wonderful essay on the love of life. I hope it helps you to understand this essay better and helps you in your exam preparations. So, all the best to all of you. Thank you.